Good morning, everybody. So I'm showing you my kitty sitting here in the bottom of my Raskog cart, and that's going to be the reason for a lot of what I'm going to tell you about. So she loves to sit here in this little shelf and watch out the window because there's a bird feeder out there, and you can just barely see the bird feeder, I think, right about, where's my finger? Right about there. So she likes to watch the birdies. Alright, let me switch the camera and we'll continue on talking about it. So because she took over that bottom shelf and she's laying on some of my, random papers, I thought, well, maybe I'll get out my little quilt that I had started and never finished to put in there for her. So this is the quilt top that I had sewn a few years ago. And it's just some fabric I had picked out. Really cute. Got a little border piece here. It's all pinned together. I got my batting and my backing all ready to go to be sewn together, but I didn't know quite how to do that yet. And my sewing space was not very convenient at that particular time, so I never finished it. So my whole point was to get this out and do some work on it. Well, in doing that, I had to go dig in my fabric totes I have in my closet, and I've shown those in a past video. And what I had done when we moved, because I actually transported my fabric totes here myself, because in our previous move they had broke 2 of them and I could not get replacement ones for that, and I like them, they're a great size, and I just, I'll move them myself. So I have gaps in the top of some of the totes because each tote is a specific fabric collection. Like one's all novelty fabric, one's Americana, one's got all blues and greens, that kind of thing. Well, because there was gaps in them, I just filled in those gaps with, books, sewing books or projects, So I needed to go in there and clear them out. Well, I had to find that little quilt first, and it was in the top. So while I was in there, I figured, well, I'll just clear all the books out of all of them, and we'll just tidy up the totes a bit. In between those totes on the shelves, I also had, I should say, a couple of these magazine racks. So you have, let's see how many are in here, 4, 5, 10. This one currently holds 13 magazines. So I have quite a few of these. And one of the things I had in these magazines was these, Creating Keepsakes. And then I also had like Card Maker and Paper Crafter or something like that. Now I kept these because I used to be really big into scrapbooking and card making, and I still enjoy it, but not as much as I have been with the mixed media. And I was keeping those for project ideas. Well, I decided that I was finally ready to go through and thin them out. And in my mind I'm thinking, well, I can kind of do this sort of like an en masse journal, where I take pages. Like this particular one has this really awesome alphabet on it, and this is done with presents. You can see how the little presents are stacked up to create the, there, letter color one's easier to see. They're kind of stacked up to create the main body of the letter, and then the lines just add on. Well, I thought that would be fun to have as a little something set aside to refer to and try out. And then I had some of these in them where it's more of a heavyweight paper, and you can copy this and do things with it. This one here was a kind of a neat idea with, what's it called? Rub-on transfers, and they had used them on pencils. And then I think on this side, no, one of the other ideas I have on a different page somewhere had use your rub-ons on ribbon, blank ribbon. So I don't know how well that works, but I'm going to try it out. So anyway, let me get this out of the way. I have all these pages I've torn out so far. Now this is only going through 1.5 of those magazine holders. So I think I have like 3 or 4 stuffed full like that left to go through. 2 of them that I had contained quilting magazines and patterns for different projects. So they're back up on the shelf. But I have a lot of these to go through. So this stack here is all pages of cards or projects that I thought looked nice. I like the way the card was set up. Like here's a good one. See how this nice style here? We have the circular pattern with the items coming in. Cute little paper crafted house, that kind of thing. Well, I need a place to put these, right? Because you don't want just a big old stack of papers. You could just shove these in a file, but that doesn't really make it very easy or organized to figure out, you know, flipping through trying to find all your Christmas pages, right? So I had found these. These are not very impressive sketchbooks. These were at Dollar General, I think it was. They're $3 each. They're really floppy. The cover's floppy and plastic, which would be really great used as a different cover, but this paper is pretty much copy paper. But I thought it would be perfect to be used as a en masse card idea book. So I can come in and I can put these pages in here. I'm going to go through and trim, because some of them where I like this particular, you can't see that because of the glare, but you know, maybe I like the left hand side card, but I don't really like the right hand side card. So I can just cut it right up the middle, because, and I may not even need this at all. This is just, this person used these items on this project. So that's my plan for those. Well, because I was doing that, my whole desk got taken over with all these dang things. And yeah, that's how that happened. So in the process, I did find this. I thought this was pretty funny. This is a really old, this is from November of 2007. This is an old advertisement for Ranger. And it's got this, what is this, a seal laying here? It says, "My Dream Boat, an artistic and creative journey in Alaska with Tim Holtz." So they had a cruise that they went on. So he got this seal dreaming about Tim. Oh, I thought that was funny. I thought I'd take a picture of it and put it up on their Twitter or something so they can laugh. And then I've been cutting out, what's this? That was my Dollar General. I've been cutting out more food label products to go in my en masse journal. Those need to get glued down. I'll explain that little guy in a minute. I switched out my Prismacolors into this, and my friend Gina has picked up another one of these for me, because what I had in here before was my Faber-Castell Aquarelle ones, I think. And right now I have them crammed in a box, temporary. So I started doing some color in this Mandala Meditation coloring book. So here's where I've gotten so far. And I'm having fun using the different colors of pencils. And that little swirly bit you see is actually 3 different colors in that swirl. And when I'm done getting all of the colors on the page, see the, sorry about that, the little arched part there's got a couple different colors of red. So when I'm done doing all of that, I'm going to come back in with the blender pencil, which is usually white. Maybe a little bit of Gamsol, I'm not sure. I need to kind of test to see if it's going to mess up the back page. Because that's why I'm using colored pencils in this particular book. It's because the pages are thicker, but I don't know. I know Sharpies and other alcohol type markers would just bleed straight the way through, and I don't want that to happen. So it's always nice to have a book you use your colored pencils in, and other books you can use your markers in, where neither one of them is going to mess up your work. Now everyone, this is a project we're working on. Everyone has seen the Dylusions new black sketchbooks, I think. I decided I don't need that. I have, Stacy's in my way, I have this. It's an old photograph journaling book thingy. You know, you glue your pictures in it. I've had this for a while. These pages in this are not quite cardstock. This side's smooth and this side's kind of rough. And as you can see, I have quite a few blank pages in here, and I have not finished it yet. So I didn't see needing to have the Dylusions one. What I've been using this one for, I labeled it my doodles. Okay, hang on. Kitty wants on my lap. Oh, here we go. Alright, so in my doodles, I have been working on some different little metallic pens and chalk pens and stuff like that. This has been sitting here for a little while. I haven't done any work in it, but These all turn out really neat when you're working on them on that black paper. There's one that's in progress. You know, I work on them for a little bit. This one I did using some templates. They had the flower shapes in it. And I think this one, yeah, that's it. And then in the very back we have, you know, your pen's being dumb. You need to get it to work again. So, because I had that, I don't need the Bluesians one, right? Well, I did decide that I would like a small book. So that's what this is. This particular book I got off of AliExpress, I think is how it's said. I'll put a link below. AliExpress is a place to get all kinds of random things. You can get clothes on there, you can get purses, books, craft supplies, lace, gems. See, Kitty's helping. It's a really good place to get bulk wholesale pricing on stuff. And also on there you're going to find some things like this where it seems like it's more of a normal price. This particular book I think was $11.50 or something like that. And it's this thick. So how thick is that? We have, oh, it's about an inch, a little under an inch. Now, the one I had ordered was red, and then the kind person, and bless their heart, they, English was a little choppy, but I understood what they were meant, and it worked out great. We had good communication, but the one I ordered, they were out of. And they offered me a different one, and I said, well, as long as the inside pages are black, I don't care what the cover looks like. Because one of the other ones that was offered that had black paper, I think it had like a fox or a cat cutout in the cover, and I didn't actually want to have a cutout in the cover. That's why I had originally gone for the red cover one. But this one ended up coming in the mail, and I like this better than what I actually would have ordered. So in here we have black pages, all black pages except for the front, very back. And I have a page back here for my testing. We've got a couple of white pencils and then 3 pens so far that I have wrote down, which I'll add to as I go along. And then I just did this one as a little fun starter page. Because this is when I received it, so just got a little bit of doodling there with a bit of a couple different of my pens, and I kind of shaded in the background with the pencil. So I'm going to use this as my little inspiration book for black and white art. So I think that will be fun. This might take me 3 years to finish, based off of how long I've had that other one. Need a sip of coffee. What else? In Mass Journal, I have, because I was chopping up those magazines, I came across a bunch of fun numbers, so I've added to that. So this is coming along really nice with all these extra numbers. I found this huge 10. That'd be a great place to add these other ones. There's a little tiny one there. Ran across a couple of portions of written out words, so I figured that counts. It is a number. And then we have, let me find it. This one's going to be the friends page. So I've got the little picture of the girls down there. The word girlfriends, best friends, friends, friendship. They're all just kind of added in there. Because I kept seeing that in the magazine as I'm going through the pages, all these different cards and talking about products. And here's your, I'm like, well, shit. Oh, well, shoot. I can do those into a page. And let's see, what else do we got going on? Do we have anything else? We have shiny. Here's food labels growing. And, you know, I don't do anything special with these. I just get my Eileen's tacky glue here. You could probably use a tape runner. Cut out whatever portion of the thing I want. Splat some glue on that. And just stick it to the page. No biggie. I had some Malibu Caribbean rum with coconut liqueur and pineapple beverage yesterday for Super Bowl day. That wasn't too bad. Alright, so that's how that works. I don't think I've done any other pages at the moment. Pen tests in, security envelopes, wash. Yeah, I think that's about it. I did come across a couple of other things as I was chopping up pages. I think I'm going to do a page for cats and dogs. These are little Brads that one company was selling. I thought that would be pretty cute. I don't know if I'm going to make it a cat page and then a dog page, or a cat and dog page. But I will cut these out individually. Another thing I kept finding was little comments that would be useful in different things. So we have, this might be fun on a en masse page, and have a whole bunch of little pockets added to it. This one here, these were just ones I thought would be good to keep for something. Hip to be square, that might be a good en masse page, a bunch of squares. Kick it up a notch, sweet, fun, from the heart, get inspired, get creative, share your passion, special, good thing. You know, there's all kinds of little words you can find in your magazines as you're chopping them up that you can rearrange later and make phrases, or you know, even just a page of great words you found would be good. I think another one I'm going to do is arrows. I have this company called House Industries that sends out stuff once in a while. They sell fonts and images. This is one of their new fonts they had come out with. So they send you a little thing, show you their font so you can see what it looks like, decide if you like it. And this little card dealie is really fun. And I don't think I'm going to cut this up, but I can chop these arrows off of here. And that'll be pretty cool. And then there's another arrow laying here someplace that I ran across in my pages. So I think I'll start an arrow page. And, you know, that's probably about it for this week. Don't forget, last week's video is my 600 subscriber drawing video. You need to watch the video all the way to the end to see hear the instructions for what you need to include in your answer in the description box. So if you want to be entered in the drawing, you got to do that. There's only like maybe 4 or 5 people who've done it, so it's going to be a real easy drawing. I'm going to run it for probably a couple more weeks, just because I know some people take a little time to get around and watch the different videos that come out. So I hope you go over there and do that. If you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button down below. Like, share, please feel free to comment with questions, concerns, requests, whatever. Let me know. And we hope you're having a great day, so talk to you later. Bye.